Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Braedyn N, and today I'm going to be taking you through your warm-up. So to get started here, we're just going to march in place. The way this warm-up's going to work is we're kind of going to make our way from head to toe, kind of warming up and stretching the upper body and then the lower body. Then we're going to transition, make our way to the floor to finish it up. Kind of want to throw your arms into this guy a little bit as well. Stretch out your shoulders before we get started here. Good. So the first stretch we're going to get into is the overhead stretch. It's going to work a little bit of the shoulders and the upper back. So what you're going to do is you're going to lace your fingers, and you're going to go up and over your head like this. Kind of press it out. You should feel a little bit of tension in those shoulders. Just going to hold that for a little bit here. Good. You can lower that. Next we're going to do some chest flies. So very similar to cable flies or dumbbell flies if you've ever done either of those. We're going to start with our hands in front of us here. We're going to go back, and then we're going to close. Focusing on that chest, keeping that spine nice and straight. Do about 8 reps total. 4. 2 more. Good. Now we're going to get into an overhead tricep stretch. So I'm sure you're familiar, you've probably seen this one a lot. You're going to take your left arm, you're going to go back behind. And you're just going to hold this position here. Again, not creating too much tension, just enough to feel that stretch. Good. Release that one. Now we're going to switch. Go with the right arm. Up and over. A little bit of a tug. And hold. Good. Sticking with the upper body, we're going to warm up the shoulders a little bit. We're going to do some push presses here. So you're going to want your arms out at 90 degrees here. And you're just going to be pushing up and together, and then back down. You do about 8 of these total. 2. 3. You want to change these up a little bit and hit more of the front delt. You're going to rotate your arms, bring them a little bit closer. Otherwise, keep pushing them out to 90. And last one here. Good, good. You want to shake it out a little bit. All right, our next exercise we're going to get into is a reach over stretch. So it's going to work a little bit of your obliques, a little bit of your lats, shoulder a little bit as well. So just standing straight up, you're going to take your left arm, go straight up, and then you're going to bend straight to your side. And on this one, if you breathe out as you're going down, it can help you get a little bit more of that stretch. And then just kind of hold. You should really be feeling it right along the side here. Good, now we'll do the other side. Right arm up, and over. Again, if you need to, take a deep breath and then let it out. Good. Now we're going to go into a behind the back stretch. So very similar to when we locked our fingers before. The way you're going to do this one is hands going behind your back here. And you're going to try and bring your arms up without bending your back too much. You're going to get a stretch in those biceps. Retract those shoulder blades, keep that chest out. Good. Shake that one off. Working our way down, still sticking with the back. We're going to get into some bent over rows here. So what those are going to look like, very similar to exercise as well. You're going to get a small bend in your knees, bend forward. Pretend like you're grabbing your weights here, and then you're going to pull back to your hips. Tracking the shoulder blades, keeping everything nice and tight. Do about 8 reps, about 6 more. And last one. Good. Now we're going to actually switch it up a little bit. We're going to hit the abs before we hit the arms. So we're going to do what is called standing oblique crunch. So what that's going to look like is the hands are going to go behind your head here, and I'm going to my left to start, which is going to be your guys' right. You're going to raise your left leg and try and kind of meet them. They don't need to necessarily touch, but you want to get enough of that kind of crunch to feel in those obliques. You're going to do about 10 total. It's about 5 each side. Here we go. Here we go. 9 and 10. Good, good. Shake it out. We're going to be going into some just light body weight curls here. So again, grabbing those fake imaginary weights in front of you, keeping your arms to the side here. You're going to contract up. You're going to hold that contraction at the top for a second and lower it back down. 2. Or we'll do about 4 more. And last one. Good. Working our way down, now we're going to warm up a little bit of the adductors and abductors, so kind of your inner and outer thigh muscles. So to start, we're going to be doing what is called a lateral lunge stretch. If you're familiar with the movement, it kind of looks something like this, where you're going all the way out to the side, but we're just going to focus on the stretch portion of it. So if you want to get a stance that is a little bit wider than shoulder width, I'd say, wider than you normally do for your squats, you're going to start by bending whatever knee you want. I'm going to go to my left first. You're going to get a slight bend in this leg while keeping your other one straight. And you should feel that stretch right in here. And as soon as you start to feel that tension, kind of stop, hold it right there for a couple seconds. You need to put your hands on your hip here, otherwise hold them out, whatever feels natural. All right, gonna switch, transfer that weight again, just a little bit of a bend in that knee, just enough to feel it. Good. All right, next, those are the inner thigh muscles, so now we're going to the outer thigh a little bit. We're going to be doing leg raises. So you're going to start by having your feet pretty close together here. I'm going to shift all my weight onto my right leg, and then I'm just going to be raising my leg out straight like that, and coming back down. You want to do it kind of slow and controlled here. You'll definitely feel like right here working. So that's 2. We're going to do about 6 more, and then we're going to switch to the other side. More. Good. Shift your weight onto that left foot now. And when you come back with these, you can just kind of lightly tap your foot, or you can keep it up all the way in the air, or whatever works for you. 2 more. Good, good. Working our way down still, we're going to stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. So if you've ever seen this one, this is a knee to chest exercise, very similar to the one that's laying on the ground. You're going to transfer your weight again to your right leg. You're going to bring your left one up to your chest, pulling it out as close as you can. Don't need to hurt yourself here to do it, just enough to feel that deep stretch in there. Good. Switch to the other side now. Good job. All right. Next we're going to be getting into is it's kind of a variation of the Romanian deadlift, or the stiff-legged deadlift. Have you ever done that before? It's called a good morning. So start of the movement is very similar to a Romanian deadlift. Start straight up here and pushing your hips back. And there's going to be a slight bend in your knees where you keep your spine neutral. You're going to lower and then come back up. You'll definitely feel it right in your hamstrings as you go down. So as soon as you start feeling that stretch, kind of know that's the point where you can stop 6, 2 more. And last one. Good. Staying with the legs here, we're going to stretch out a little bit of our hips. We're going to go into alternating lunges. So for those, I'm sure you're familiar, but you're going to start with taking your left foot straight forward. A little bit about, I'll do it sideways here to kind of see. A little wide where you're up on the ball of your feet here. And then you'll go down, making sure your knee doesn't go past your toe. And then you push back up. And you take a big step out with your right and do the same thing. So we're going to alternate each side. We'll do 10 reps total, about 5 each way. So here we go, starting with the left foot forward. Good. Good. Make sure you keep that core nice and tight. You go down. Keep your breathing consistent. All right, last 2 reps. Here we go. And 10. Perfect. Shake it out a little bit. Now your legs are probably feeling it. We're going to keep working our way down. Now we're going to focus on the quads a little bit. So, if you want to go ahead and grab your leg. This is a quad stretch. So, you're just kind of pulling straight back. You definitely feel it along these 3 heads here. Just kind of hold that. Sweet, we'll go to the other side now. If you want to, you could add a little bit of a balance component to this. Throw your arm out to the side. Makes it a little more unstable, but engages some more of those core muscles as well. Beautiful. Now we're going to get into some just standard squats here. We're going to do 8 pretty slow reps just to kind of get our body used to the range of motion we're going to be going through. So, about a shoulder width stance, bringing it closer than you did those lateral lunges. You're going to be kicking your hips back at the same time as you drop your knees, and then back out. Just going 90, don't need to go all the way to the ground or anything like that. Focus on that breathing, keeping that core tight and engaged, that chest up. There's 3, 4, we'll do about 4 more. Last one. Good. Shake that one out a little bit. All right, now we're going to be getting into another kind of hamstring slash calf stretch. So what you're going to do here is extend one of your legs forward. I'm starting with my left. You can kind of see I'm kicking my toe up towards me. I'm going to lean down. Just kind of grab this guy, creating a little tension there. If you can't quite reach, it's okay. Just focus on pulling those toes as far to you as possible, stretching out those calves. Good. And give me the other side now. Good. All right, we're going to make our way to the floor now. Kind of finish up a couple routines here. So our first stretch is going to be a butterfly stretch. What you're going to do is put your feet flat together like this. You want to bring them as close as is comfortable to you. Just kind of push them out here. The goal of these is to keep your knees as flat as possible. Kind of stretch out those hip flexors. So the closer you can go while still keeping your knees pretty low, the better. Just gonna kind of hang out here for a couple more seconds. You want to go ahead and keep your right knee bent. Extend your left one out. Do another calf stretch here. Good. Switch. You're going to bend your right one. Bend your left leg into that butterfly position. Stick your right leg out. Again, pull those toes towards you if you can reach them. Provide a little extra stretch there. Otherwise, as far as you can go comfortably, that's fine too. Good. Straight from there, if you want to keep your right leg straight, you're going to take your left leg over, setting it right about equal with your knee here. Then you're going to bring your opposite arm. Just create a little bit of a tension there. Stretch out that erector spine in. Again, don't push yourself too hard. Switch over to the other side now. Good. I'm going to flip a little bit here to show you how this one's going to work. This is just a line in the chest. This one's going to work a little more of the glutes than the standing one. So, laying flat on your back, similar to the knee chest stretch you do while standing. You're just going to pull your knee as close as you can to your chest here. You kind of want to change it up. You get a little bit of ankle rotations in there as well. Feel free. Excellent. Switch. Awesome. All right, our last little conjunction of exercises here. We're going to start with a glute bridge. You might have seen this guy before. So what you're going to do is laying flat, slight bend in your legs. You're just going to be driving through your heels, kind of driving your hips toward the ceiling. So you're going to go up like that. Definitely feel that one, down here in the hamstrings and the glutes. If you want to hold it for a second at the top as well, we're just going to do about 8 slow reps, so about 7 more. 4. If you want to, you can even stick one leg out and do these as single leg raises. Make it a little bit harder for yourself. Make sure you switch legs if you're doing those singles though. That way each side gets worked. Good. Staying in this position, we're going to get straight into some crunches. So, bring those legs up. You can twist them if you need to lock them, otherwise just keep them straight. Hands behind your head. Don't pull your neck here. You don't want to be creating any tension on that spine. You just want to have enough support. That way you're kind of not, dropping your head on the mat or anything. We'll do 10 of these reps pretty slow here. Coming up, and run back down. Really focus on getting those shoulder blades pop around. Two more. Good. We're going to flip over to the other side now. Finish up, we're going to go back to the upper body a little bit. We're going to start with push-ups. So what you want to do is just get a hand width that's just outside of your shoulders. It's going to be more of a wider press up, kind of open up the chest a little bit. So you're going to go out. You're going to do about 8 slow reps here. So starting out on your knees, you get down. Keeping that core tight. Focus on your breathing. If you want to, you can pop out on your legs as well. And last one here. Perfect. Now we're going to go straight into the plank. So you're going to get your forearms straight outside your body like this. You can either clasp your hands together or keep them separate. And then you're just going to go up. Keeping that core nice and engaged. It helps to look straight ahead as well. Make sure your back is not dipping all the way down. I'm going to hold this for a few seconds here. Awesome. And our last movement, sticking here, it's a variation on the push-up. It's a close grip push-up. So with your hands, you're kind of going to make a diamond like this, or a triangle if you will. Still keeping them a little separate. But what you're going to do, this one focuses mostly on your triceps. You're just gonna bend at the elbows, throwing yourself down, just like a normal press up. There's 2, do about 6 more. If you want to, again, same with regular push-ups, hop up on those toes. 2 more. And that's it. Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining me.